House Riot channels Thursdays, which star me. So basically we're all going to be doing the same question tag as each other for tag week. We're probably going to do another tag week at some point, but this time we're going to be doing the same first time tag. I know Allie cut some questions and Nina did all 25. I'm also going to do all 25. I honestly haven't watched Caitlin's video yet, so I don't know what she did, but whatever she did, it was probably amazing because she's funny. So question 1 is your first tweet. Well, I've actually had multiple Twitters, so my first tweet is probably, I'm pretty sure I did one of those like stupid, this is my first tweets on my original Twitter that I started. I stalked One Direction on that. That's the reason I got Twitter, was because I could want to stalk One Direction on it. Number 2 is first YouTube video. Well, technically the first YouTube video I ever recorded was actually with a group of my friends a few years ago, and we did like Edward Scissorhands, where they tape fucking handles to your hands. We did that, except we did it with soda and I ended up throwing up. That was really bad. I did the chicken nugget challenge like 3 different times and recorded it. I don't know where any of that filming went because I didn't keep track of it, but it's out there somewhere. It's probably still on her channel. I don't know what her channel name is. I don't really care. First person you subscribed to on YouTube, I'm pretty sure the first person I ever subscribed to was Shane Dawson because that's the only people I remember subscribing to. It might have been Smosh. It's one of the two. It's Smosh or Shane Dawson. I'm not completely sure who though. My first Facebook profile picture. I'm pretty sure it was an extremely shitty selfie. I hate myself. My first picture is me sitting on the floor with a dog. Well, it was my dog, and I'm in all black, predicting my future. At that point, it was all black with a little pink, and I'm in like, oh god. My brother commented kill yourself on it, and the only person that liked it was my friend Julia. In 2009, October 12th. Do you still talk to your first love? I indeed do. He's a great guy. Just gonna put that out there. We're still friends. We still talk. We hang out sometimes. 6. What was your first alcoholic beverage? I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it was something stupid with like, oh, my dad was like, oh, it'd be funny here. I let her have beer when I was like 7. But not like drink the whole thing, but like taste it. But that was probably technically my first. Besides that, the first alcoholic beverage I think was mixed like fruit punch and black raspberry Bacardi, and it was pretty good, and I was like, sure, why not? And that's what we did, and I got trashed, and yeah, that happened. What was your first job? My first job was working with my mother, I think. No, it was I worked in a tax shop for my friend's grandpa. It was a great time. Number 8 is what was your first car? My first car was technically the car that I drive now, and it's a Hyundai Accent, and it's blue. Like a light blue. I don't know what that means, but yeah, that's a car. I think it's a 2004 or a 2001. I don't know the difference. I don't car, so you know. Who was the first person you texted today? The first person I texted today was the House Riot group chat. How do I know that? Because I woke up and I immediately replied to Allie, who said that she tried to update her phone and it did not work. So I was like, oh my god, why didn't it work? Something like that. Number 10 is who was the first person you thought of this morning? And by default, it was Allie because I opened all of her text messages and I was like, okay. Number 11 is who was your first teacher? My first teacher was Mrs. What was her name? Kakowski? Mrs. Kakowski. She was my kindergarten teacher. If I had a preschool teacher, I don't remember who she was, but. Number 12. Where did you go on your first ride on an airplane? Well, the first time I ever went on an airplane was to go to Disney in Florida. It was a great time. I was 7 years old and we went to Disney, and yeah, it was for my grandpa's birthday in August. It was way too hot. I had a lot of fun. I don't think my parents had a lot of fun though. Number 13 is who was your best friend and do you still talk? So my best friend ever since preschool to like 3rd grade her name was Megan. I've mentioned her in videos before, and if you want to go find those, you can go watch all of the videos of me and you'll find when I mentioned her before. We do still talk now. We went to Warped Tour together 2 years ago. Yeah. and it was a great time. We still talk now. She's in Ireland right now, actually studying abroad, so I haven't really spoken to her recently, but yeah, we're still friends. Number 14 is where was your first sleepover, and therefore, by default, it was at either Megan's house or my own house, because we were best friends, so we would sleep over each other's houses all the time. We used to play Kingdom Hearts until like 12 in the morning, and then we'd get yelled at because we were supposed to be sleeping. What is the first thing that you do in the morning? The first thing I do in the morning is I wake up and I get dressed. That's literally the first thing I do in the morning, because if I don't get dressed first, I don't know what I'm gonna do on my face because I don't know what will match. Number 16, what was the first concert you ever went to? The first concert I ever went to was when I was 16 and I went to see Ed Sheeran at Madison Square Garden, and it's still one of the best concerts I think I've ever gone to, because he's just such an amazing artist, and he's extremely talented. And I'm very appreciative of Jess for taking me to that concert, because she is great and I love her. So number 17 is first broken bone. I've never broken a bone, so invalid. Number 18, first piercing. My ears are pierced, and yeah, that's it. Oh, my nose is pierced. I forget that that's a thing. Except for when I hit my nose and it like stabs me casually. Yeah, that's when I remember. Number 19 is first foreign country you've ever been to. I have not been out of the country, and therefore also invalid. Number 20 is the first movie I remember seeing. The first movie I ever remember probably going and seeing is, I have no idea. You know, honestly, I don't remember. I remember seeing, is there a Blue's Clues movie? Because I used to watch Blue's. Oh, Rugrats. Rugrats, the movie, I remember seeing for the first time. I also remember seeing Rugrats in Paris for the first time, and I was like, oh my god, this is everything I've ever needed in my life, and I love that movie. 21 was when was your first detention, and my first detention ever was in first grade because I didn't do my math homework, and I cried. 22 is who was your first roommate. My first roommate was my freshman year of college. She was super sweet. She was from Britain, so like I liked hearing her talk because it was cool, because she had an accent, and I was like, oh my god, we could be friends, and then we ended up not being friends. What is the first thing you do when you get home? The first thing I do when I get home is take off my shoes and then I go to bed. Sleeping. Number 24 was when was your first kiss? And my first kiss was also when I was 15. I was 15. Was when I was 15 and we were on a hike, and it was my first like boyfriend, but we only lasted a week, but you know. Kissed him and left because I was like, peace out. I remember coming home and I was like, oh my god, I kissed him. Oh my god, I was freaking out. But that's okay. We didn't last, it's whatever, he's a hoe now. And number 25 is who did you watch first on YouTube? And the first person I remember watching on YouTube is like the muffins video, where it was like, what do you want for breakfast? And he was like, muffins, and it was like, fire! That was my favorite thing in the entire world for the longest time. Yay, we're done! 25 questions with my parents talking in the background. That's always fun. And now I get to go eat tacos, so I'm excited. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for next week, because next week is also a very, very special week, just like last week was, as Allie's birthday is next week, and we're going to be doing another birth week special for another member of House Riot. It'll be great. So I will see you guys next week. Subscribe and like below, and yeah. Love you guys. Bye. Edward. It's out there somewhere. It was a great time because it never mind. Fuck it. Oh, sour cream. Shut up. Stop. Thank you. You don't understand.